Look, folks, while national TV analysts were busy writing the obituary of Tuscaloosa, ESPN's computers just leaked a projection that has defensive coordinators across the SEC waking up in a cold sweat. But before you run to the comments to celebrate or complain, watch this breakdown until the very end, because the numbers behind Alabama's ranking hide a massive tactical trap. We have a collective goal of hitting at least 200 subscribers on this video so we can keep dropping these exclusive breakdowns. So smash that like button, comment which city you're watching from, subscribe to the channel, and let's get right into it. Now, gentlemen, let's look at the pieces of this puzzle and break down what is actually happening behind closed doors. A few days ago, we asked a question that set the entire college football world on fire. Can the Crimson Tide really go 10-2 in 2026 under Kalen DeBoer? Or was the national media right when they claimed the kingdom had completely crumbled? And what did the national media do the very second they had the opportunity? They dropped the preseason Associated Press poll and slapped Alabama all the way down at number 13. Not top 3, not top 5, not even top 10. 13. For a program holding 18 national championship banners, the studio analysts sitting in their chilled television sets want everyone to believe the powerhouse is officially obsolete. Isn't it funny how quickly they rush to print the funeral program the second Nick Saban walks out the door? The AP voters lined up 7 SEC teams inside the top 13, Georgia at 3, Texas at 5, Texas A&M at 8, Ole Miss at 9, Oklahoma at 10, LSU at 11, and Alabama pushed into the corner at 13. But why would the major sports networks push that exact narrative right now? What if number 13 isn't a demotion at all, but the most dangerous smokescreen Kalen DeBoer could have ever dreamed of? Think about it for a second. For the first time in nearly 2 decades, nobody is crowning Alabama in August. There is no bullseye on their chest, no national media coronation, and zero pressure from the morning debate shows. Kalen DeBoer is operating completely in the shadows. He isn't managing another coach's legacy or running someone else's system anymore. This is his locker room, his pace, his high-octane scheme, and now his hand-picked field general. And Alabama just dropped the hammer on the biggest question mark of the entire offseason. The media swore the quarterback competition was pure chaos behind closed doors, claiming Tuscaloosa was heading into Week 1 with massive uncertainty under center. But the decision is officially sealed. Keelon Russell is QB1. The former 5-star phenom and ESPN number 2 overall recruit completely beat out veteran Austin Mack to take the keys to this entire offense heading into the September 5 opener against East Carolina. Now, let's be totally fair and keep our feet on the ground here, folks. I'm not crowning anyone with a Heisman Trophy before the opening kickoff in September, all right? Let's look at the hard facts. Russell only threw 15 passes in live game action during his entire freshman year, putting up 143 yards and 2 touchdowns in limited snaps. But did you watch what happened at the A-Day spring game when the real playbook was put on display? Russell carved up the secondary for 240 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a single interception, demonstrating the exact velocity, pocket awareness, and deep ball accuracy that DeBoer's vertical passing attack requires. This wasn't a safe, conservative move made by a coaching staff trying to protect their jobs. This was an aggressive, high-ceiling statement designed to test defenses vertically on every single possession. Why would an offensive mastermind bet his entire inaugural identity on a young passer if the private scrimmages didn't reveal something terrifying to the rest of the conference? And this is where the domino effect across the SEC gets downright hilarious. The ESPN Football Power Index analytics model quietly updated its projection, calculating Alabama at roughly 8.8 wins. So while the TV commentators on the daily broadcast make dramatic speeches about the end of an era, Their own statistical algorithms are projecting essentially a 9-win baseline against the most brutal schedule in the entire nation. How can a program supposedly in total collapse be statistically projected by the network's own supercomputers to win 9 games in the SEC? It makes you wonder what game those analysts are watching when they pretend the talent gap has vanished. If the baseline mathematical model predicts 9 wins, Alabama doesn't need a miracle to blow open the college football playoff race. They simply need to do what Tuscaloosa has done for generations: execute when the lights turn on. Look at how the schedule actually breaks down when you remove the media panic. Alabama doesn't need to blow out every single opponent by 40 points to dismantle the national narrative. They just have to take care of business against the non-conference and mid-tier SEC opponents they are favored to beat, and then split the 4 massive heavyweight showdowns: Georgia, LSU, Tennessee, and Texas A&M. If Alabama wins the games they are supposed to win and steals 2 of those 4 heavyweight battles, they are sitting at 10-2 with one of the most respected resumes in college football history. And let's talk about that showdown in Baton Rouge for a moment, because the hype around LSU is reaching a boiling point. The Tigers are sitting at number 11, with Lane Kiffin and Sam Leavitt running an aggressive, portal-loaded roster that the national media is already calling the new benchmark of the SEC. Everyone on television keeps asking if Keelon Russell can handle 85,000 hostile fans under the lights in Death Valley, or if Kirby Smart's defense in Athens will force the young quarterback into game-ending mistakes. Can a first-year starter walk into those hostile stadiums, read complex blitz schemes, and deliver accurate throws on 3rd and long? That is the exact scenario the national critics are counting against. They want to see hesitation, because the moment Alabama drops 2 or 3 conference games, the studio panels can celebrate their preseason predictions and claim the dynasty is dead. But what happens if Russell doesn't flinch? What happens if DeBoer's offensive line gives him a clean pocket, the defense controls the line of scrimmage, and the young quarterback looks like a seasoned SEC veteran by the time November arrives? When the College Football Playoff Committee convenes in December, do you honestly think they are going to care where a group of sports writers ranked Alabama in August? They aren't looking at August opinions. They only evaluate who you took down when everything was on the line. Every single touchdown from Russell will make that number 13 ranking look more absurd. Every defensive stop will silence the talking heads, and every SEC victory will expose just how desperate the media was to bury this program ahead of time. This entire narrative begins on September 5th against East Carolina. That opening matchup won't reveal every card in DeBoer's playbook, but it will show us the foundation of this new era. The critics placed Alabama at number 13, hoping the empire was done, but they might have just handed Kalen DeBoer the greatest motivational weapon in college football history. Now tell me right here in the comments, do you believe Alabama hits 10 wins and makes the national media eat their words, or do you think that number 13 ranking is right where this team belongs? Drop your exact score predictions below. Debate with us, and don't forget to leave your like and subscribe to the channel. See you tomorrow at the same time, right here on the channel.